Yep.
Yeah, man. I ended up going to Clark, man. I went on a black college tour at the time. I had like 14 football scholarships at the time, Steve.
Wow.
You
What
know,
position?
wide receiver, man. Yeah, man.
Wow.
Had so many
14
had
Scott. What school?
14s, bro. All in the northeast, all up in the northeast. And I went to go visit a couple of them too. But at the very same time, my cousin Chip was putting together, and I know you know Chip was putting together black college tours.
Chip Greenwich?
Yeah, that's my
Dang,
cousin.
small world. Didn't even know
Yeah,
that.
man. And so I went on a black college tour, ended up seen all the colleges, got to Clark Spelman Morehouse campus, and got lost. I could I didn't all the kids that we were with, I don't know which way they went, but I ended up like, where everybody at? Left me right in Clark's campus. I'm talking about right in front of McFeeters Dentist. I'm talking about the height of the golden era of the black college experience, bro. I I forgot all about football. But not only that, so
Wow.
I have 14 scholarships, right? Um, but when I sent my tape to Clark, they was like, no, no. You see them corn-fed dudes down there running down there? I got nothing.
It's funny you say that because for some reason, man, I feel like they breed them in the South. They breed them. I don't care how good you are up north, man. You got to go to the South,
Yeah, bro.
especially in football, man.
Bro, that coach didn't even want to talk to me. I was like, wait a minute, I've been on the news like all the time. I had newspaper clippings of all the 3 touchdowns in one game. Yo, that did not measure up to looking at these dudes in the training camp. I was like, oh, okay. Well, you know what? I'll just do something different.
Wow.
But it was cool, man. I ended up down there. I went to on a engineering. I had a dual degree thing, engineering, 3 years of engineering, and then I was going to go to Georgia State for 2 years. Going to be a engineer, architect kind of thing. But at one point in time, Clark's they had some, the people who worked at Clark, there was hustlers. Even the people who worked there, and like in the administration building, man, they would certain times, yeah, you would get your loan, your Perkins loan,
Yep.
and it would come to the school and they would steal it. That people would in the thing, they would steal your loan. You wouldn't show up on the roster for certain classes. They'd be like, Mr. Haynes, you're not even on my roster no more. You can't keep coming to this class. That happened. I was like, yo, I go to the registrar office. They're like, yo, yeah, we don't know what happened to your loan. I'm like, what are you talking about? They had since got arrested for doing that type of thing, but that happened to me, and I couldn't go to classes for 2 whole semesters. And the only teacher that allowed me to sit in his class without being on the roster was Dr. Herbert Eichelberger, who ran the film department, who was Spike Lee's film teacher, Sam Jackson's film teacher, like all these people. But he allowed me to sit in his film class without being on the roster while I was still in Atlanta, still at the dorms. And I changed my major because I just fell in love with the mechanics of film. I was already a storyteller, MC, storyteller, writer, but I didn't know the mechanics of making film. And that's kind of where that is where I got my bones for filmmaking, being able to sit in his class for 2 whole semesters without even being on the roster.
Wow. Wow.